Hi, I'm Pia Hingorani, and here on ETimes, we get you the review for this week's latest release, Jhund. There's a pink and white wall with iron fencing in most parts. It has a gate which is locked and is being guarded to bar people from the adjacent slum to cross over to the other side, where the educated and wealthy families dwell. That image metaphorically indicates the zone that this film is venturing into. It's underlined further with a closing visual of the film when an airplane is seen flying right above the hutments of Mumbai slums. Nagraj Popatrao Manjule's Jhund is not an outright sports biopic, even though it follows the usual beats of a good sports drama. The film is a commentary on what we as a society can do to help the have-nots identify their plus points and cross the boundary and leap onto the other brighter side. Amitabh Bachchan's Vijay Borade speaks adequately about it in a crucial part of the film set in the lanes of Nagpur. Although the proceedings in the film begin at a modest pace, they pick up wind in no time. Vijay Borade is on the cusp of retirement from his job as a sports professor in college, but in no mood to hang his boots just yet. He is motivated enough to conduct adult education classes in his house for the locals at his own expense. The opposition from his son aiming for education abroad is evident, but understated. When kids in a neighboring slum catch Vijay's attention while playing football with a plastic barrel, he begins to coach them in the game, which gradually distracts them from their life, which is riddled with crime and drug addiction. But how far does he really go? Do they all give up their life in the dark alleys of crime and addiction? Do some or all of them get a chance to leap onto the other side? All this and more is answered through a runtime of nearly 3 hours. As a writer and director, Manjule manages to hold one's attention for most part of the film. However, the pace slackens in the second half, and it could do with a tighter edit. While the narrative addresses several issues, there is adequate effort to show some engaging on-field sports too. The arcs and story loops for every spotlighted character have been well crafted. Again, it could have had a greater impact if the editing was more focused. One of the centerpieces of the film is subtlety, with which several issues including caste divide, societal judgments, class differences, economic differences, and women's education and rights are interspersed into the screenplay. The downside is that some of these issues divert the attention of the proceedings, breaking the overall rhythm of the story. Words are seldom sufficient to describe how Amitabh Bachchan aces the role he chooses to play. This time, he's a retired sports professor who, despite hurdles and financial shortcomings, invests himself and his hard-earned money to protect and nurture kids from slums of Nagpur. Here again, he has complete command on every scene where he appears, never overshadowing his team of players while adding more power to them. We go with 3.5 stars for Jhund. To sum it up, this one's a dramatic sports film, which may not have thrilling moments around every corner for you, but the point it tries to make will definitely kick your insides hard. For more news and updates, stay tuned to ETimes.